The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Oldham County High School's basketball starts now.
Welcome to Henry County High School in Newcastle, a full day of basketball on Glycod. I'm Chris Lamar along with former Oldham County boys head coach Gary Forrest. It's great to have you with us. Up first, Gary, South Oldham and Owen County, the first of four today, and this should be a very competitive matchup.
Very much. Two different teams, two different styles for this first game, Chris. South Oldham will want to get it out and go, whereas Owen County a little slower in the pace because they want to pound it inside to their big man.
The Dragons 8-6, Owen County 9-7, and Steve Simpson in year 24 at South Oldham. He'll catch up with our Gary Forrest. That conversation on the way back from Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah! 1 second.
I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, making your life easier with quality products and quality service.
This is Gary Forrest coming to you live from Henry County High School, where this afternoon, 8th Region Boys Basketball, game number 1. South Oldham Dragons versus the Owen County Rebels. I'm here with Coach Steve Simpson. Coach, we're at that time in January, cold weather, snow outs, got to roll with the punches.
Yeah, you know, we had a game scheduled this past week, and it actually got moved a while back. So we went a whole week without practicing, and of course a lot of teams games got canceled due to weather. So, like you said, you just kind of go. We've been off for a while, but once we start back today, then we have 2 or 3 games every week the rest of the season.
What about this Owen County bunch, Coach?
I told our guys before we left, they have no bad losses, and to me that always means a team that's very consistent. They have a couple really good wins, one a 15-point win against Grant County. Ward and number 3 take 68% of their shots and score 65% of the points. So people would look at that and say it's a 2-man team. Those are the 2 guys we got to try to stop. But again, as with most teams in the 8th region, if you let them run their stuff, they'll get a good look. So we're going to have to do a good job disrupting their offense.
Well, once again, Jason Thithian's still out, and you'll go with Campbell tonight?
Yeah, Drew Campbell, same lineup that we used last week against Oldham County, and Miles and Brooks off the bench. They did a great job in that game. So those 7 will be the first guys we go with and rotate from there.
One key, Coach, that you need tonight to be successful.
Ward can't have 20 rebounds. He's a hoss now. He's hard to handle. So Will Burnside's going to have to do a good job, and Will's got to stay out of foul trouble. Before we left, I watched every foul Will committed this year on Huddle, and so we sat down and talked about it. So hopefully that'll pay off tonight, and he can do a good job on Ward.
You heard it from Coach Steve Simpson, where this afternoon his Dragons play host here at Henry County High School to the Owen County Rebels. This is Glycod.com Sports.
Supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now, and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
Where's Cobra Kai?
What?
No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
You're watching Oldham County High School's basketball from Glycod.
With ex-Oldham County boys basketball coach Gary Forrest, I'm Chris LeBar, back live at Henry County. It's the first of 4 today on Glycott. Coming up in Game 2 will be Grant County and Spencer, and that will precede Henry County, Simon Kenton, and Anderson County and Oldham County. Gary, to piggyback off Coach Simpson's comments, his team shooting the three so well this year. They made 196 threes, but perhaps they're a little more balanced this time around.
I really think they are. You just watch them in warm-ups. It always used to be everybody was standing outside the three-point line getting up three-point shots, and one of the things they've done to make themselves a more complete program is they're scoring a lot of points in the paint this year. They used to be a team that kind of avoided it like the plague, but I think it's made them a better offensive squad.
This team from the three, as we take a look at the South Oldham numbers from three and what they've been able to accomplish, and a really impressive shooting percentage out there at 40% as a unit.
Well, they're always in the state's top 10 in shots attempted and shots made. Sometimes those two don't go together, but for them, they're always pretty successful, and this year is not any different than years in the past.
It's been a few minutes, actually, since the 2020, the abbreviated Sweet 16, since South Oldham has advanced to the 8th region tournament, and Julian Miles having a fantastic year for them, coming off a season-high 26 versus Oldham County on Friday.
Well, they really have that two-headed monster with Miles and Veers, and then the rest of the team plays off of them. Miles probably does a little more than Veers. Veers' job may be a little harder because he's the point guy, so he starts things. Miles plays off of them.
You can scratch Jake Fithian. He will not play, averaging 14 points per game injured. He's been out the last few games. William Burnside, whom Coach mentioned, has to stay on the floor today. Really the only semblance of size for South Oldham.
Very much so. Usually they're 5 out. This way they're 4 out, and Burnside will get some buckets for them inside. The Oldham game is a good example, and he gave them that presence inside, which means that you have to play them a little bit different when they have someone on the block.
Owen County is 9-7. They're coached by 18th-year head coach Devin Duval. When we come back, we'll talk more about Coach Duval's program in this version of the Owen County Rebels. More coverage from Henry County High School on the way back.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
Back at Henry County High School, 6 weeks ahead of the regional tournament, as South Oldham and Owen County will tip again, the first of 4 today. Gary, this Owen County team 9-7 on the year, and they look a lot different than they looked last season.
Well, very much so. You know, they're a smaller school population-wise, and, you know, what happens with smaller schools is you go through numbers a lot easier than big schools. You have more to choose from, and as a result, their numbers on their team, as we look down the line on the bench, they don't have great size with the exception, you know, of Brax. And, you know, he does most of the work for them inside, so they'll be a little different, and they'll play a little slower as a result.
So no Tegan Moore. Tegan Moore, the all-time leading scorer at that school, now down at Western Kentucky. And as you look at this team, 0-2 versus the top 50 RPI. And they do have a couple of nice wins at Grant County and then at Henry in this same building.
Well, very much so. You know, Grant is a district rival, so, you know, they'll always play tough up there against them. And anytime they get a chance to come down here and play at the Roy, all the 8th region teams jump at that because it's, as you mentioned, where the regional tournament will be hosted.
Starting lineups, opening tip-off when we come right back. Henry County High School side of the Henry County Classic from Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
From Glycod, it's Oldham County High Schools basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Oldham County Health Department, healthy people, strong community. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring Waste Wizard. And by LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Thompson Heating and Cooling, and Financial Solutions Incorporated. Now, courtside for all the action of Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
Starting lineups presented by Thompson Heating and Cooling. Owen County, the visitors. Brax Ward, 21 points, 10 rebounds will lead the quintet. Micah Shelton averaging 19 points, as well as he'll be joined by Mefford, Moore, and Camden Beckham. For South Oldham, it's Julian Miles, the 6'1 junior, at 16 a game, and Christian Veers at 15. Burnside providing 11 points and 7 boards. And Gary, the sophomore Colton Werktel averaging 9 a game as well.
Played really solid so far this year for a youngster. Gives them quality minutes. And once again, their bench contributes usually 8 to 9 players.
This series controlled by South Oldham, winning 2 out of 3, including the 2017 matchup, the last time these two teams met. South winners of 2 consecutive. Going to be a busy day here. The officials, Steve Viola, Rick Pascatelli, and Drake Riley. I'm Chris Labar, along with Gary Forrest, former Oldham County boys basketball coach, and we are underway as Owen County will begin things. Rebels 9-7 on the season, averaging 59 points per game, and there's a 3 right out of the gates for Micah Shelton.
Well, Shelton, one of their 2 top scorers, starts off the way he does a lot of games with a 3.
It's his 32nd made 3 as South Oldham trying to answer, and they will, as the basket's carved in by Julian Miles.
Dragons with a 1-3-1 half court, trying to speed up tempo on this Owen County Rebel bunch.
That's where they want it. Brax Ward missed it from tight, and Miles corrals the rebound. 3-2 Owen beginning. Burnside rattles in a 3 as South Oldham with 5 straight.
The whole purpose of this zone, Chris, is to speed things up and keep the ball really out of Brax Ward's hands down on the block.
They've got Ward again down low. Nice pass in tight, and it's kissed home as the basket goes. Malachi Mefford with a field goal.
Mefford's son of former Owen County coach Graham Medford.
Julian Miles off to a hot start for South. He's got 5. Been a pretty peppy pace to start, Coach.
Well, this is the pace that favors South. They like that. They'll trade you basket per basket.
Ward in the corner heaves one.
And that's what they want Ward to do.
Veers collecting the South Oldham rebound. Drew Campbell off the mark, and Micah Shelton securing the Owen rebound. Nearly 2 minutes have elapsed. Both these teams trying to get a win on the floor here. That will be the host side, of course, of the boys' 8th region tournament, commencing 6 weeks from tomorrow.
Miles, probably the best defensive player for South, really doing a good job on the ball.
Mefford skips it in the corner. Shelton tees another one up for 3. An 8-8 sizzling start. There's Miles and a crafty basket, Gary.
Miles Smart using his body to get that right hand running a layup off.
Ball in the hands now of Ethan Young in the corner, and Young finds Shelton foul line. Ward through Burnside, off, got his own, and a South Oldham foul on Burnside.
Ward already missed 2 chippers early here in the game, and that's what South's battle plan is. Make them play fast, and when he gets the ball, he's been a little excited down on the block.
Brax Ward off the mark, and he'll have another. Take a look at Brax Ward, 57% foul shooter on the year, and a 10-9 South Oldham lead. There's Campbell back to Burnside, and Ward going to give him some room out there. And it's stolen away by Wuchterl for South Oldham.
South gets a lot of those long rebound kickouts because they shoot a lot of long 3-pointers.
First foul on Owen County. Be on Mefford. Christian Veers will handle it up top.
This is where Veers scores his points. He loves to get in the lane with the ball.
Nice head fake. And there's Drew Campbell on the board for South.
1-3-1 on the half court. South constantly changing defenses.
And it's poked away into backcourt. Wuchterl puts it in.
There's the advantage. A steal and an easy layup.
Colton Wuchterl with a basket. And South Oldham now enjoying a 5-point margin. As Shelton steps into another three. This one slides off. And Wuchterl corrals the Dragon rebound as they try to grow this 5-point lead. Miles heaves one.
All the way down and in and out.
And Ward back for the rebound. Camden Beckham. And a closeout foul whistled on South Oldham's Drew Campbell. Be the second South Oldham foul of the quarter.
Point of emphasis here from officials for players to keep their hands off the body.
There's Beckham navigating the near sideline, and it's poked away and stolen away. That was Brooks B that caught it, and the layup connecting for Christian Veers.
South really pushing the transition game, paying off for them right now. Easy buckets.
16-9 South Oldham. 4.5 minutes deep from the Roy. Now Mefford had a seam, didn't know how to complete it.
Really didn't even look to shoot the ball. Free throw line extended.
That's where they want it. Ward, 0 of his first 3 from the floor. South Oldham off to a sizzling beginning. Burnside has it missed long, and it's poked out of bounds. It will belong to Owen County. Rebels bring on Ashton Moore, 5'10 senior. As you take a look at Coach Duval on that far sideline. Coach been at it now 18 years, third most tenured coach in the 8th region.
Yeah, and he was there as an assistant coach for 5 or 6 years as well, so that's been a spot that he's been there for a long time.
Got 2 of the 3 most tenured in this same game. Nice maneuver up the baseline. It's Beckham that's long. And the rebound brought down by Miles of South Oldham. Veers has a path evaded. Now Burnside. He's knocked in 2 from out there. And an Owen County 30-second timeout. South Oldham off to a 10-point lead. More coverage on the other side from Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
Owen County basketball out of the timeout as they're trying to carve inside a 10-point early deficit. And Mefford bangs it home off the Ward assist.
Trying to beat that 1-3-1. You want to get the ball into the middle, man, where you got high-low, and there they were.
That one's going to be off the mark from Wuchterl, and Owen corralling the rebound. Shelton made a couple of threes early. Slips it into Ward, and it crawls into the bucket. Ward with his first field goal, so Owen with 4 straight out of the timeout.
Owen with a little 2-3 matchup, trying to match the shooters outside.
Burnside steers it short. He's 2 of 4 in the early phases for South from 3. Now Shelton, that's his strong hand with the left, and he steps on the baseline.
So freshman Miles into the game for South Oldham, so they start into that bench right now.
Adrian Miles, 6'2 freshman. Under a minute now in this opening quarter. Miles, the recipient, back to Veers. Heaves a three, well short, hit Burnside right in the torso, and he puts it in and draws a foul. So Burnside with 8. As Owen County committing their second foul of this opening quarter. And Beckham with a rebound, and Owen down 8. Under a minute in this opening quarter. Shelton skips it back. Beckham a three. It's Camden Beckham, his 12th made three of the year. Shelton the assist. Miles tries to respond. And Owen with a rebound as the Rebels possession down 5 late in the quarter. Now Mefford throws it right away. Outlet pass, Veers all the way to the basket, and that's going to close the quarter as Owen survives the fast break South Oldham opportunity. After 1, Dragons lead by 5. More coverage of the Henry County Classic when we come back.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage. For an intuitive, simple, and stress-free mortgage process, visit ruoff.com. Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors.
The end of 1. South Oldham leads 21-16. Let's take a look at the keys to this game presented by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters, and Gary, a tempo very important for both these teams.
Very much so. If you're South, you want that up tempo, and they've got what they wanted right now with 21 points so far this first quarter, so they're looking at 80 for the game. If you're Owen, you want it slowed down a little bit, and a little more emphasis inside.
As the Dragons possession, they lead 8-6, or rather 8-6 on the season. Owen 9-7. Burnside making a living out there, and he'll be off the mark. Malachi Mefford with a rebound. There's Ward against Burnside, in for the basket.
That's more what they're looking for, Chris. A little high-low action, slowed it down, got the high percentage shot inside the Ward.
Well, Burnside already with 1 foul, and that's certainly on the mind of Coach Duvall for Owen, trying to pound that down low as Burnside tries to turn the tables and does with a basket. William Burnside with 10 leading all scores. South Oldham plus 5. Ward in the soft spot of that defense. Shelton flings one. A nice box out, the rebound occupied by Brooks B.
Kind of a corkscrew shot that Shelton brings across his body.
And an Owen foul on number 34, Brax Ward. Oh, excuse me, they got Camden Beckham, I beg your pardon. So Beckham called for the personal.
Yeah, if it's between the big guy or the little guy, it seems like the little guy always gets the foul.
Dragons will inbound underneath. South winners of 7 straight coming into this one. Nice little float from Miles that just does pop out. And number 3, Micah Shelton, veering left. And it's ripped away.
Good no call by the official. Hand on the ball.
Now Shelton floats it in the corner. Beckham weaving his way in. Step back for 2. Beckham with 5. Hard-earned bucket there. Now Veers floats one. And the backside corral gobbled up by Brax Ward of Owen. South Oldham by 3. Owen scored the first 4 here in this quarter. Lob pass. And out of sorts and out of bounds. Turnover to South Oldham.
Turnover number 4. Really low turnover numbers. 4 for the Rebels, 0 for South Oldham. Steve would rather have a 3-point shot than a turnover, so they shoot it so quick.
As the Dragons set up shop in the half court. Rolling for 2. That's very well done as the basket goes in for Miles.
Nice set. Flip-flopped his wings, and Miles rolled for the easy basket.
Julian Miles with 9.
South 2-3 zone now, constantly changing it up, trying to keep that high-low action that Owen seemed to have figured out against the 1-3-1.
And a late bump on South Oldham's Julian Miles, he'll be called. Miles just got there a tad late, and going to be Owen ball side court.
Will reach with the incorrect hand, and doing so, his body carried over into the offensive player.
That ball ripped away momentarily as Veers got a hand on it. Now Shelton parading. Skip past Beckham, floats one, and he's got a 3. Beckham with 8, a South Oldham timeout, and a 2-point game. More coverage from Henry County High School when we come back on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. You're watching Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
The 2-point ball game as we welcome you back. Camden Beckham 8, Owen County points. As the Rebels once trailed by 7, it's now whittled to 2. Here's a 3 up top from Julian Miles, a little bit short. And Owen can get the lead with a made 3 here. There's Shelton. Nice take to the bucket. Tie game.
Well, what's happened right now, South not making the threes. 2 for 13 so far.
There's an answer.
And as I say so, they knock one down. It's been a while.
Xander Searcy, averaging 1 point a game, just into the game and knocks one in. There's Brax Ward, and it's ripped away by Miles. There's number 50, Julian Miles, with the theft for South Oldham. Now Searcy. Wachturl, and the Dragons go back-to-back.
Once again, Wachturl kind of brings that ball, corkscrews it across the body, but that one nothing but net from the 3.
See how Owen responds here, down 6 after a tie game.
Missed their big one on the row, turnover instead.
Searcy scoops up the loose ball for South.
Searcy got away with a little footstep out front.
Now Searcy, the initiator at the top of that defense. B baseline, back, great ball movement. And back to the originator for Xander Searcy. There's a southpaw knocking in a 3, That's Miles. Adrian Miles in an Owen County timeout. Let's keep things here as the Dragons, Gary, made 3 straight threes.
Well, they're a team that runs hot and cold, and just as we talked about how they weren't making their 3, they've knocked 3 in a row down. Note, if you will, 3 of those out of the corners. So if you're going to play South, you better take away that three-pointer from the outside corners.
You take a look at Coach Simpson, year 24 at South. Also spent time in Lincoln County, Williamstown, and Augusta, but Crestwood home for Steve now, Gary.
It is. You know, this is where he's at, and I think where he'll finish his career. He's retired from teaching, just coaching now, and spending a lot of time with his grandchild.
The dean of all 8th region coaches. He's been there, as we told you, 24 at South Oldham. Trent Steiner, whom will play in Game 4 today versus Henry County. Been at Simon Kent for 20 years, and then Devin Duval here at Owen for 18 straight seasons.
Well, they're dinosaurs in today's athletics. No one stays in one place very long for a variety of reasons.
Shelton in backcourt, and Owen in a little bit of a danger zone here. There's Beckham. Nice pull-up from the baseline.
Beckham give them those added points.
Beckham averages 5. He's got 10, and Miles tries to answer. That won't fall. And Moore with a rebound. Ashton Moore able to hand onto that, and then Miles steps in the passing lane. There's Julian Miles up the floor. Got it! Live ball turnovers. South Oldham now enjoying a game-high 9-point lead.
7 turnovers for the Rebels, 0 for South Oldham.
Here's number 34, Brax Ward. Lost it, got it back. And from the doorstep, it's off. And an Owen foul on Ashton Moore. Be their second team foul. And Gary, we've seen that a couple of times from Ward. He's missed it from on the front porch.
Well, you know, one of the things you talk about when you have matchups is you look at the schedules teams have played. South Oldham has played a much more competitive schedule, and it shows itself. Another 3 from the corner.
That's Miles, Julian Miles. And it's a 12-point margin. Just a moment ago, we were tied, and there's Miles with a steal for South Oldham. Through contact, wouldn't go. And Moore brings it down for Owen.
But that's how South plays, Chris. They're a team of runs.
Beckham trying his best to keep Owen afloat. It pops out. Now Beckham baseline. And a hard foul whistled on Colton Wuchterl as Camden Beckham to the Owen line for 2.
Beckham really keeping the Rebels alive.
Nice ball movement on that set for Owen as 2 free throws looming. And that's going to stop a lengthy South Oldham flurry. So Beckham now with 11, season high 13 at Carroll County. And Beckham will shuttle out. Malachi Mefford back in for Owen. In the latter stages, 1:05 left in this opening half. As veers, and we have a South Oldham injury. It looked like Wuchterl got tangled up.
Bang knees on that cut across the lane, and Wuchterl took the worst of it.
.5 left in this first half. An issue with the score clock on our end, but 58.5 left. As Veers will handle it up top for South. There's Burnside. Now Miles comes to a jump stop. Off the mark, Burnside chases that loose ball, and he's fouled underneath. So Burnside, Gary, 10 points and doing it on the backboard.
Well, he's probably got about 7 rebounds as well, so really the only true inside player for the Dragons, and he showed why.
He's a really important part to what they do.
Very active, and he shoots the ball from outside well enough. You have to guard him, and that opens the middle up.
Take a look at Burnside's persistent on the backboard. And a lead at 12. Burnside with 12.
Back to the 1-3-1 on the half, close to an over and back.
36 seconds in this first half. There is Shelton. He started the game very hot for Owen with 2 back-to-back threes, and he's been quiet since. Shelton tries to guide it in up top, and the rebound at 16 seconds corralled by Miles.
Open post for the Dragons. Miles with the ball out front.
With 7 seconds left in the quarter, and off the mark of Brooks B. I don't think Brooks looked that pass in with 2.8 left in the first half.
It looked like B was looking to catch and shoot, and you got to catch it first.
We'll see what South can do. Again, 2.8 left as the Dragons on the defensive end. And it's poked off of Wuchterl with 2.1. And Owen going to traverse length of the floor here. Breaking free is Shelton, and blocked from behind, and that's going to conclude the first half. That was a well-orchestrated play for Owen, but could not convert. And South Oldham leading Owen County Game 1 of the Henry County Classic, 41-29. Back after this on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product is based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community. Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by the Oldham County Health Department. Find out about their array of wellness programs and services by visiting oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people, strong community.
Halftime at Henry County High School Game 1 of the Henry County Classic. I'm Chris LaBar along with former Oldham County boys head basketball coach Gary Forrest. South Oldham, an impressive couple of quarters, Gary.
They have. It's been a tempo game, and when they've been able to get the up-tempo, they've been able to get up and down the floor and put 41 points on the scoreboard here this first half.
This game was tied, about 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter, and in the blink of an eye, South made 3 threes.
It's how they play. You know, they haven't set the world on fire. They're 6 of 19 from the threes, but they get them in groups, and that's exactly how they got them in this second quarter. We're able to push that lead out to 12 points.
For Owen County, unofficially, Brax Ward with 5 points. In all due respect to that young man, he's had a great year, but they need more from him in this game.
Very much so. Missed a bunch of chippies here this first half, and I think once again, a lot of times it's the competition you play, so they've stepped up in competition against South and maybe a little jittery. And you know, give South credit. They've changed up the defenses on him. They've thrown a lot of different things, 1-3-1, 2-3. They've man-doubled and such. And maybe almost a lot of times those ones he's had inside, he's hurried things.
Spencer County and Grant County, that'll be our second game. 3:30 a tip-off, or at least an approximation. How do you see that game going?
Well, you have two teams that both want to play up-tempo. And one of the things that Spencer has done this year, a lot of times people call them the poor man's South Oldham. Coach Burns assisted at South for a while. They like to get it and go, too. So you're going to see two teams in this second game. Both teams have kind of retooled and want to play, but the schedule, Spencer has done a great job. They played in the King of the Bluegrass. They've knocked off some teams. They played a very competitive schedule. Their record doesn't show that. But I saw them earlier in the year when they trailed Oldham 20 points starting in the fourth quarter and came back and won it in overtime.
Yeah, so Spencer and Grant both 9-8, and just days after Spencer got dismantled at North Oldham, they turned around and beat Mail in that King of the Bluegrass.
Go figure.
So that game will come up about 3:30, Grant County and Spencer. The 5 o'clock game will be Oldham County, Anderson County, and then at 6:30, it's Simon, Kenton, and Henry County. Our second crew of John Baldridge, Jeff Cooper, will have games 3 and 4 for you. Halftime of Game 1, South Oldham leading Owen County 41-29. Take a quick break, more coverage on the other side from Glycod.
Supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
Halftime back at the Roy in Newcastle, Kentucky. Henry County High School, the venue for the Henry County Classic. Individual scoring here thus far in game one. Julian Miles with 14. William Burnside with 12 for South Oldham. Cannon Beckham 12 for Owen. Micah Shelton 8 for the Rebels. Gary, what sorts of things can Owen do to get back in this game?
Well, if you're Owen, you have to be really careful. You know, you're down double figures. You don't want to try to play fast. I'd say once again, you want to try to keep the tempo at your pace. The big thing is 8 turnovers for Owen County the first half, a 0 for South Oldham. So you want to try to find a way to get the ball inside to your biggin, and hopefully he can get on track this half, chisel away at it, but it's not going to be an up-tempo. For if you're South Oldham, you want to continue to play up-tempo. You want to get that ball in the 70s or 80s, and that's going to make it hard on Owen.
No turnovers forced. What message does that say?
Well, it just kind of tells you that, A, not very aggressive by Owen, and at the same time, South shooting the ball before they can turn it over.
So Owen County possession, 9-7 on the season, and South Oldham, they've won 7 in a row. They're 8-6. And an immediate basket from Micah Shelton, points 9 and 10 as Owen on the board first.
Nice job of getting the ball inside.
And a near and one as Miles' shot rattles out.
Miles' dominant right hand has been the entire game. Puts his head down and goes.
Here you see Shelton's basket on the inbound, and Miles for a pair from the foul line.
Well, if you're smart, you want to score points out of your out-of-bounds plays, and that was one way of getting it.
Miles now 15 points, and Gary, you saw him a week Friday, 26 points in that big win versus Oldham County.
Yeah, really, it was he and Veers and the Burnside show.
So both teams have swapped points here to start this third quarter. 7:37 in this third, and a 12-point South Oldham lead. And Shelton the trailer. Mefford feeding it down low. That's Ashton Moore.
South with a hand on the ball.
And through the wickets of Ward out of bounds.
Turnover number 1 in this second half for Owen.
You look back, and South Oldham started the season. They were 1-5. Residing on a 7-game win streak, this is a different team than they were in early December.
It is, and they're learning to play with one another, and Miles getting healthy has been a world of things.
Burnside makes a big difference on the backboard, and the putback little short as Ward initiates to Malachi Mefford of Owen, number 14. Back to Ward, up and in. So Mefford with the assist, Ward points 6 and 7. And a 10-point South Oldham lead in the meat of this third quarter. Pull-up jumper from the foul line. They've been partially blocked. Nope, just short from Walk Turl and out of bounds.
Air ball locked up the elbow.
And South Oldham going to retreat a bit on the inbound. And it's stolen away. Coming back to scoop that up was Miles. Burnside running ahead, and he's got 2 more.
Give credit to Miles. Kept his head up all the way and spotted his teammate cutting under the basket.
Burnside with 15. And a South Oldham 12-point lead. Under 6 minutes in the third, and it's going to stay Owen off of Julian Miles on that far sideline.
Doing a great job anytime that Ward gets the ball in the block. South runs 2 at him, and there was a case, he just didn't do a good job handling the ball.
Owen going to inbound here, 5:51 in the third. There is more baseline. Ethan Young with a crafty move. And Ward tries to clean it up. And out of bounds, South Oldham.
Washed again. Ward short arms a 2-footer.
Young tried to carve the opportunity underneath there, and there was Ward's shot poked out, and it will belong to South Oldham. Miles cutting.
Nice cut.
And Wuchterl with the dime. Julian's got 18, 2 north of his average. And South Oldham, 14-point margin, a game-high lead. 5:15 in this third quarter. And Owen, Gary, perhaps just playing a little bit too quickly.
Well, they're not used to seeing a 1-3-1 apparently, and they've had a hard time with it all day. And South's done a great job of bringing it out, trapping, bringing it back in, taking away the inside stuff.
Well, and there's Miles, a big one. Julian Miles with 20.
See, now they're out front trapping, more pressure on them.
5 minutes left in this third quarter. There's Shelton with a nice fake. Carves his way in the lane. And Burnside staving off defenders for the South Oldham rebound. Now under 4:30 in this third quarter. Miles again is free.
Force shot there.
A little short there, and it was Ethan Young riding the South Oldham defender out of bounds. Possession will stay Owen. I think Steve Simpson says, hey guys, you were riding out my dragon. Pacing up and down the far sideline, Coach Simpson, as Owen trying to do something here in the half court.
So you got the ball stuck on one side, Steve, and I think Coach has seen enough. He wants to talk to them about their ball rotation. They're stuck on one side, and Coach Duval with a timeout, maybe trying to set something up.
Take a quick pause. Be right back.
Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community. You're watching Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
South Oldham enjoying a 17-point lead with 4:10 left in quarter number 3 as we welcome you back. Game 1 of a 4-game set here on this Saturday afternoon part of the Henry County Classic. Gary, you can't be understated the value of playing on this floor the side of the upcoming regional tournament.
No, and it's a hard floor to shoot on if you're one of those perimeter-oriented teams just because of the background. And anytime, if you're a perimeter-oriented team, you get in and get a chance to play in this gym, so be it, and South's taking advantage of it.
There's Mefford on the inbound and a hard South Oldham foul.
First time that Owen has been able to reverse the ball against South's 1-3-1. And the positive is they got fouled, they go to the line.
4:04 left in quarter number 3. Mefford for free throw.
Mefford, their leading free throw shooter. So anytime, you can get him on the line, they probably feel comfortable there.
And 90% foul shooter on the season. Mefford's 5th point. You talked about the lineage in that family a little bit earlier.
Yes, Dad, longtime coach, succumbed to cancer here about 2 years ago. We miss him. Twin brother Randy was the coach at Carroll County for a long time.
That's going to swirl out from Veers. And a 15-point lead for South Oldham.
Veers hasn't shot it well today.
Only 2 points for Veers. There's Ward. Nice catch on the backside, and Mefford with a great pass, and Ward missed another dime.
He's had a hard time handling the ball today, but there he did a great job of getting his mitts on that one.
That's a great pass. You see another look here as Mefford finding Ward underneath.
Yeah, Mefford is more of a passer than he is a shooter, and, Ward would be apt to keep an eye on Malachi because he'll take care of the big one.
Ward 0 for 2 from the foul line.
Not a great free throw shooter.
And South Oldham, 15-point third quarter margin. There's Burnside through heavy contact. Ward guilty of a shove, and Burnside to the stripe for 2.
Burnside put his head down. There was no doubt he was going to the rack.
The involvement in his game, he had really a coming out party versus Oldham County last year, plus 20. I think caught everyone by surprise in the regular season, and he's used that as a pinball moving forward.
Tell you what he's doing. He's playing with a lot of confidence. You could just see it when he gets the ball.
Burnside now with 15 unofficially.
South staying with the 1-3-1. It's been good to him.
3:25 left in the third, and Beckham took his eye off it, and it's out of bounds.
Another turnover, number 4 for the Rebels. South Oldham yet to turn the ball over this game.
Keep an eye on that stat. Miles driving up and off, and a foul underneath on Owen's Camden Beckham.
If you let Miles get his shoulder through going right, he's going to either get fouled or make the bucket.
Miles only a 55% foul shooter on the year.
Yeah, if there's a chink in his saddle right now, but, the last couple of games I've seen him play, he seems to have gotten the basketball back into the system.
He'll spend more time shooting twos instead of threes as he's bumped up the floor. Pull up Jay from the foul line. Got his own rebound for South, and it's swiped away by Beckham. Couldn't be handled by Brooks B. Shelton, a corner 3.
First turnover for South.
And there is Ward. And a great call as he plows right through Julian Miles.
I think we're seeing a little frustration out of Ward.
And South Oldham will traipse up the floor, and credit B underneath. With 2:45 left in the third quarter.
Straight man-to-man by Owen County.
Miles heaving a 3. And a rebound secured by Malachi Mefford of Owen. Still plenty of time left in this game with 2:30 in the third. There is Shelton up, and they're going to count that as a South Oldham guilty of a foul.
I think maybe one of the officials watched a little too much NBA and won. Coach Simpson questioning the same thing over at half court.
See this play develop as Shelton knocks in the basket and then back for the free throw make. Shelton with 13. South Oldham a 15-point lead. 2:15 in this third. Burnside heaving. Got another.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Burnside playing with a lot of confidence in his offensive game.
19 for Burnside. That's a nice shovel from Mefford. And Brennan Lewis took it hard to the basket and drew a foul. 1:55 in this third quarter. And Lewis, 6'3" junior, averaging 1 point per game on the year. Foul on South Oldham's B. Owen County back in action on Monday. They will host Grant County in South Oldham on the road Tuesday in Bedford versus Trimble.
So Owen and Grant will get a quick scout of one another today and turn around and play each other early next week.
Yeah, they sure will. There's Veers pull up from the foul line. Maybe that'll get him going.
See, Veers loves that shot in the paint.
Veers with 4. South Oldham very impressive, leading by 20 as Miles steps in the passing lane.
Owen yet to really figure out the 1-3-1. It's given them fits, got them pushed all out of shape here throughout the game.
There is Shelton, far sideline, and certainly other teams likely to try that defense on them as well.
I think they're going to see it more until they can prove.
There's Lewis as the ball bobble off B, and it will stay underneath to Owen County with 1:24 in the third quarter. Brax Ward, 7 points, triggers it in. Now Shelton, nice ball fake and a strong move with the left for 2.
Shelton really loves to initiate everything by putting the ball on the floor.
And out of bounds. Going to stay South Oldham.
The officials keeping us guessing on this one.
1:10 left in this third quarter. Great job by our camera crew this afternoon, a pair of Henry County High School students. We thank them so much for their efforts today. Burnside finding Brooksby, number 34 up top. Now spun in the corner. It's underneath Wuckturl. Off and I think tapped in. And Wuckturl's going to get credit with a basket.
Well, Wuckturl missed it, but he's the closest guy when he gets tipped in by the opponent, so he gets credit.
You don't see that every day, and a great pass from Ward as the basket goes in for Brennan Lewis.
Well, Lewis is fortunate enough he scored a bucket at both ends. That's a trivia question at school next week.
34 seconds left and an Owen foul. That'll put them at 5, and South Oldham at the line for 2. I think you're going to see on this replay the first Lewis tap, which goes for Wuckturl, and Colton at the foul line. Lead grows back to 19. Wuckturl with 8. And this young man, a very important part of this team, goes a little bit under the radar offensively, and he's right on his norm now with 9 points.
I tell you the one they've got coming in now, you know, freshman Adrian Miles, and he played well, played with confidence in the big game against Oldham last week and has continued to play well in this one.
Veer stepping in the passing lane for South. Nice pass, and Miles converts.
Excellent pass by Veers to his teammate.
14 seconds in this third.
He gets another one.
There's Shelton at 8 seconds in quarter 3. Off the mark from Beckham. 4 seconds left. Veers ahead for 2 more to close the third quarter. as Christian Veers puts it in, and the lead swells to a game-high 24 points as we conclude quarter 3. Final 8 minutes on the other side of this timeout from Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Ruoff Mortgage. For an intuitive, simple, and stress-free mortgage process, visit ruoff.com. Ruoff Mortgage, opening doors.
Three quarters in the books. South Oldham on their way to their 8th straight win. They lead Owen 66-54. Chris Labar along with former Oldham County boys basketball coach Gary Forrest. And it will be Dragons possessing the ball to start quarter 4.
Owen County back man-to-man, what they've been in most of the game. And
Miles backdoor for 2.
Excellent set play out of the quarter change and easy bucket.
27 unofficially for Miles. That's a season high. 7:37 to play in this game. You surprised by the margin in this game, Gary?
Not really. You know, it's just a case of two teams at two different levels. You know, Owen has played a lot of the A schools, hasn't really played up a lot, and it shows itself.
Possession arrow in favor of Owen on that trip, and that's going to give him a 3. Camden Beckham with his 15th point today.
Yeah, Beckham had a really strong second quarter, was quiet the third.
Miles, he's been hot all afternoon. Burnside underneath for the rebound, and he's coaxed out and fouled by Owen's Brennan Lewis.
Once again, Burnside getting those boards, you know, and he really fills that spot well for South, and you get the odd bit of points.
Well, he missed one from the doorstep as South Oldham avoiding a scoring opportunities. Owen possessing it with 7 minutes to play. Shelton spinning left for 2 more.
Shelton really does a good job getting in the paint, and there's a great case.
Micah with 17. He's a nice offensive player. Burnside in the corner. Rebound secured by Lewis, who's got some valuable minutes here in the last few segments.
Burnside challenged by the 6'6" Ward. And
South Oldham timeout as Micah Shelton in for 2 more. He's starting to heat up. And a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
South Oldham basketball out of the timeout, 6:29 in the 4th. Dragons on their way to their 8th straight win, 19-point lead. It's Adrian Miles. He'll flip it in the corner, and a made 3, and Brooks B is on the board. His first field goal in Brooks' 9th game of the year. And a 22-point South Oldham lead. And there's Ward from tight confines. It swirls off.
Boy, he's missed a lot of those chippers today.
Miles got again. That's Adrian Miles. He's got 2 made 3s.
It's been a good day for the Miles.
74-49 South Oldham. 5:45 to play. Got an injured Owen player underneath the basket. That's going to halt play. It's Ethan Young that was banged up a little bit. Little Ginger. It's Owen ball side court. Shelton spins out of it. In the lane for two more.
Once again, you've got to keep Shelton from pounding the ball on the floor because he has success when he does that.
Number 3, Micah Shelton, 17 points. That's 2 south, pardon the pun, if you will, of his average. With 5:11 in this fourth quarter. It's the Dragons in half court. Burnside. Nice strong take for 2 and a foul. Watching this play develop, and Ward on the defensive end as he's backpedaling.
Not really quick of feet, and I think Burnside has realized that as the game has gone on.
26-point margin. LaGrange Service Center providing quality care in Oldham County since 1964. Proud community supporter on Glycod LaGrange Service Center. 5 minutes to play. South Oldham well in control. Shelton. Miles blocked that on the closeout, and then B punched it out. It's going to stay Owen. Again, coming up at about 3:30 Eastern will be Grant County, Spencer County. 5 o'clock, Anderson and Oldham, followed by the 6:30 nightcap of Simon, Kenton, and Henry County. All 4 stream this afternoon on Glycod. Here, let's take a look while we have a moment at the South Oldham got an Owen timeout. We'll keep things here. Keep things here as Owen pauses play. Take a look momentarily at the South Oldham schedule coming up, and a couple of big ball games for them as the Dragons schedule up, including a big tilt Friday at North Oldham.
Yeah, very much so. It's a district game, and it was supposed to be the last of the district games, but with the postponement of the North and Oldham game from last night, they'll be the middle game now. So with the 3-team district, it gets interesting.
You got a couple of big games, January 30th at Spencer, and then February 5th hosting a really solid DeSales team.
Very much so. DeSales, one of the better teams out of the Louisville area, and they're one of those teams you can never figure out who's with them and who isn't. And once again this year, they're a very talented squad.
Owen County docket coming up. A lot of similar foes on the Rebel slate coming up. We told you about the Grant County game on Monday. We'll have road trips to Trimble and Eminence, as well as very solid Walton Verona in early February.
I think Walton Verona is probably the best of the smaller schools this year. You know, they play good offense, and they play really, really stingy defense.
4:39 on the fourth quarter clock here, as Owen will have it out of the timeout. Young underneath the Shelton for 2 more. Shelton with 19 for the game, 11 in the second half. And South Oldham by 24. Veers under the heel. And Shelton salivating with a rebound. There's Camden Beckham parading, and he stepped on the baseline.
Well, turnover number 15 for the Rebels, and South with only 1 so far for the entire game.
Coach Simpson has to be elated by how well his team is taking care of the ball today. And Veers coming up the floor.
Well, players equated to, that's just more shots for us, Coach.
There is Burnside up top, and a solid all-around performance by South Oldham.
Very workmanlike, solid defense.
That's Adam Burkhead on the handle. He'll flip it out in the corner. B's three is off the mark, and Micah Shelton, number 3, securing the Owen rebound. Through the wickets.
And missed a double dribble there.
And held ball arrow going to be in favor of South Oldham. Owen is out of timeouts. So will be South Oldham possession.
You'll notice their big man averaging 20 and 10. Brax Ward not in the game and looks like might be finished for the night. Hasn't had a very good game today.
Michael Smith, number 20, 5'11 freshman, is on for Owen. 3:37 in this fourth quarter as Burkhead. Nice seam baseline. Around to Veers. And a good piece of officiating. The foul on the floor whistled against Owen's Ashton Moore.
Brett Riley, the official out front on that call. Trivia question, his dad was longtime Warren Central coach Tim Riley.
Great pass underneath the B. Now Burkhead, not very good defense that time, and Burkhead right down for 2. That's Burnside, excuse me. William Burnside for the field goal. 79-53.
Well, South's going to get their 80 plus.
Dragons averages 77 on the year. They've exceeded that today. Wide open is a Beckham 3, and there's B for the rebound. 2:51 in the fourth. Veers got it.
You look for Veers maybe to come out here in a second.
South Oldham timeout. We're going to continue play as Coach Simpson going to sub out several of his regulars and his starters. They played a whale of a game today. It's a good win for South Oldham. This team slowly climbing the radar in the 8th.
Well, you know, they've got the win streak going. They haven't played for a week. That's an important thing for them. As I know Coach was concerned off the big Oldham win, but I thought they played really solid here this afternoon.
Big game coming up, of course, Tuesday, but then Friday at North Oldham. We'll have it for you on Glycod. Mark Evans, former Colonel's head coach, girls head coach, on the call with that one, and that's a big game coming up in Goshen. And they all make threes for South. That's Lincoln Fasselt. 32-point lead with 2:12 left, and Owen will respond. That's a Michael Smith. That one nearly went in from Burkhead, and we're going to have a foul underneath on South Oldham. After Coach Duvall over there for Owen, what's the mentality going into late January?
Well, it's about teaching. You take this game, you go back, and you try to find some positives, and then you look at things that presented problems. They didn't fare very well against a 1-3-1 today, so chances are they're going to see that down the road.
Rebels in very good hands with Coach Duvall on the sideline. Two-time 8th Region Coach of the Year in his tenure. And he's had some very good players over the last handful of years.
Yep, very much so. Had a Mr. Basketball a few years back.
Carson Williams and, of course, Tegan Moore, last year's outstanding player for the Rebels, now at Western Kentucky. 1:45 left in the fourth. Burkhead will spin it in. Nice overplay as Smith got a deflection for Owen. And leaking out is Beckham for 2 more. He's had 17 today, season high. And a 27-point South lead. 1:23 on the clock. Again, coming up, bottom of the hour, Grant and Spencer. Game 2 of a 4-game Saturday affair here in Newcastle. This is a great festivity. Glad we could be a part of it today here at Henry County. Skipped in the corner. There's a three. That's off from Sam Estrada with a minute left. Shelton to the basket and fouled. As Micah Shelton back to the foul line for 2 Owen free throws. Coming up at the conclusion, we'll have the State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilly, most outstanding player. Coach and I will select one student athlete from each team for their on-the-court accomplishments today. Second free throw slides off with under a minute to play in this game. Fast break opportunity is Shelton back for 2 more for Owen and a foul. Well, Gary, certainly he has not quit despite the score.
No, he's played really hard, and to think with their big one not really getting going today, without Shelton, this would have been maybe kind of an ugly game.
They've got a nice 1-2 punch, at least statistically. Certainly they need more from Ward, but some potency in the backcourt with Shelton.
Very much so. You know, anytime you've got 2 players averaging in the high teens, you know, that's good. They need that third score, and that's woefully missing today.
Now, Beckham does have 17.
Yep.
But Ward's offense not there today. And there's a 3 off the fast break for Carter Lawrence. Well, only a 2. 80. Well, they're going to give him a 3. 88-62. 30 seconds left.
The South's kids know where that three-point line is.
Oh, and stepping right in the passing lane for 2 more as the Dragons pour it on. That's going to go in for Estrada. 15 seconds left and a running clock as we slide under 10 seconds. And that's going to wrap things up as this game has now gone final. South Oldham, winner of game 1 over Owen, 90-62. Dragons, their 8th straight win. They're now 9-6. Owen falls to 9-8. More coverage right after this from Glycod.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Tradition means values, and we want a banker who has the same philosophy. Traditional Bank is a Kentucky-based business, and that does mean a lot to a business that is based in Kentucky. They know what we're going through. They are always there for us, and that means more than anything else. My name is Allison. I choose Traditional Bank because of the personal service. Paddle on into Canoe, Kentucky.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Are you up to date on your vaccinations? Vaccines help fight infections and protect your community. When you get vaccinated, your immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades your body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide yourself with the best protection against 14 serious diseases. The Oldham County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, visit oldhamcountyhealthdepartment.org. Healthy people build a strong community.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Final score, game one, South Oldham, a winner over Owen County, 90-62. Let's take a look at our most outstanding players, presented in part by Elite Building Products. Check that, presented by State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. And two great performances, one by Julian Miles of South Oldham, unofficially 27 points. Micah Shelton, unofficially for Owen, with 26. Great performance as well for South Oldham's William Burnside. He was well over 20 points. And for Owen, Camden Beckham sees nice 17. So nice performances for him as well. So we will step aside. Coming up at about 3:30 Eastern, it's Grant County and Spencer. And we will reset the table. Take a pause. Be right back. More high school basketball when we come right back on Glycod.
The reason I went to Traditional Bank, I just felt at peace. The atmosphere was different.
Anytime we need anything, Traditional Bank's always there for us. Can't say enough about them.
Tradition to me means integrity. That's what our product's based on. Just the way I did it 25 years ago, we're doing it now on a mass scale.
My name's Curtis Mackley, and I choose Traditional Bank because of the relationship we have formed with them and their integrity. Welcome to Mingy Beef Jerky.
Winter officially begins Thursday, December 21st, but the cold will be here long before that. Are you ready? Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a 12-point HVAC checkup. Schedule now and it's only $99 for new customers. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For your surprisingly great rates, Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
Let's transition to Game 2 of the Henry County Classic. Spencer County and Grant County. This game will tip about 3:30 Eastern. Back live here, Chris LeVar along with former Oldham County boys head basketball coach Gary Forrest. And this Spencer County program, Gary, coached by Jason Burns, and he's just done a remarkable job, two-time 8th Region Coach of the Year.
He really has, Chris, and, I guess he wants to give some credit to his former head coach that he worked under at South Oldham, Steve Simpson, but Jason has done a good job, and you see a lot of the same things that South Oldham does, they try to incorporate in their offense and defenses.
Former U of L basketball manager as well, so, he and David Levitch overlapped a little bit there. What David, of course, played for the University of Louisville. And this Spencer County team coming into this game, you talked about their record, really not indicative of the type of team they are.
No, but they play hard, and they played a tough schedule, so you have to be really careful. It's very misleading. They played in the King of the Bluegrass, and, you have quality teams there, and they got some wins against some really good teams. So it's sort of a test, and I saw them first game of the year, courtesy of Glycod, when I was under the weather a little bit, and they went into Oldham, trailed by 20 points starting the fourth quarter, and beat a very good Oldham team in an overtime.
Look at their schedule, 2-5 versus the top 50 RPI, and then those losses. And you could argue that 3 or 4 of those teams could win their regions here in March.
Very much so. So the record is very misleading, and I think we'll see that as time goes on. I noticed Coach is on crutches down there, so looks like he's been binged up a little bit, but I'm sure his kids are going to play hard.
Grant County, the opponent, they are coached by Joe Utter, coach in year 8 for Grant County, and we'll talk more about the Braves program on the other side of this timeout. Live today from Henry County High School on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is offering great career opportunities for plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. They're seeking highly skilled and trained workers with or without experience. Incentives include debt-free education, employer-funded benefits, apprenticeship that comes with employment, and high starting wages. If you're ready to accelerate your career or just want a fresh start, UA Local 502 could be for you. Contact them at 502-361-8492. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching Oldham County High Schools basketball from Glycod.
Spencer County and Grant County, they will tip in about 5 minutes. We will wrap up this stream and take a quick pause. Feel free to join us as we recycle our next broadcast, Grant County and Spencer County. Until then, for Gary Forrest, I'm Chris LeBar. See you soon, live on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Oldham County High Schools basketball. Tonight's game was brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Oldham County Health Department, healthy people, strong community. Kinser & Kinser, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Oldham County Solid Waste Management featuring Waste Wizard. And by LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Thompson Heating and Cooling, and Financial Solutions Incorporated.
Visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.